Hey, Krabby here, back with another video featuring the MMT-8. So I know in my last video I spoke about using it in pattern mode or part mode, and kind of jamming, doing kind of improv stuff, and I kind of explained what the various synths and so on I'm using are, very briefly. So I thought in this video, what I'm doing is I'm actually working in song mode. And I know, like with a lot of bits of kit that feature sequencers and that have a song mode, phrase song modes tends to strike fear into the hearts of many, including myself, because they can be quite kind of difficult to get your head around. But on the MMT-8, the song mode is actually really easy to use. It's great and can actually really lighten your workload if you're wanting to do maybe something more complex in terms of building on a jam, but having a bit more of a structure to it. And it frees you up then to focus on tweaking parameters on your synths or drum machines or what have you. So yeah, so at the moment what I'm doing is I'm actually working on remixes of a couple of tunes that somebody sent to me. Yeah, so I'm working on, I guess you'd call it's more of a cover version than a remix, because I've just been sent the tunes. I haven't been sent any stems around, and so what I'm doing is kind of create my own version. So I would call that more of a cover version than a remix. I don't know if that's yeah, what's the definition of a remix versus a cover? Somebody might know. Anyway, so what I've done is I've written my own pattern, well, version of the. It's a kind of acid core tune that I'm working on, and so I've created my own take of the acid line in the tune that was sent to me, and I've created, yeah, on the TD3. And what I've done is I've created a bunch of basically drum patterns with some breaks going in part mode, and then program them in song mode. So in song mode on the MT8, you literally go, you program in each step, you have a part, which is your patterns. Um, and the great thing about it is you can kind of, well, you basically automate the turning on and off of the different tracks. So obviously it's all automated, and so there's no mistakes there in timing or anything. So I'll just play a wee bit of this. So you go along step by step, and as you go, you can see here. I'll just play this. Oh yeah. Sorry, that's something I forgot to mention. Bit of a kind of a, I don't know if it's a glitch or whatever. But when you go from part mode into song mode, tempo automatically sets to 120, which is kind of, yeah, strange one. Anyway, so this tune here is going to be at 187. So yeah, anyway, I'll just play this. So hopefully the camera, phone, mic kind of picked that up okay, but you get the gist. So what I'm doing is, yeah, basically you're programming it in and building up the tracks, adding them in as you go along. And then eventually, so that's all just one part going on a loop. If we go into edit here, you'll see, so we're on step 4 there, which is still part 57. So if we move along, you just press the transport, so kind of fast forward type button there. So we can skip through. So yeah, so we've gone from, so it's step 5, then we move on to part 58. So I have that going for, I think it's like 4 steps, and there's 32 beat steps in each, in part 58. So then we go on to 59 and so on. And you literally just, that's how you write tunes on this. And you can obviously play back, make changes to, yeah, just kind of changes as you go along. Not really explaining that very well, but it's really straightforward. Yeah, it's actually, song mode is not as much fun as kind of jamming in part mode, but still, yeah, it's nice. It's nice when you hear your kind of progression and your build up, and a bit of structure to what you've been working on. So my plan is, I'm basically, yeah, I have all basically all the beats are programmed in now, and I have them sequenced the way I want them. And what I'm going to do is multi-track them into this recorder that I bought back a while ago now. It's a Roland VS 1680, which is it's got 8 audio inputs. And it's got, like, I think a bunch of virtual tracks as well. I'll probably, like, I mean, maximum I'll work with is probably 8 for this track here. So what I'm going to do is basically record in all the drum parts, so the kick, breakbeat, percussion. So I'll record them in separately. Now, we'll have to record them in one by one because the mixer I'm using only has one record out. But that's kind of okay with me, because what I want to do is I will be kind of tweaking some of the parameters on the go. So if I'm doing it one by one, I can focus just on the one instrument while it's getting recorded. So that kind of reduces the stress levels a bit. So then once I have all my beats recorded into the multi-track, I'll just call it the VS, the recorder, I'll call it just a recorder. So what I can do is I can have the recorder sending the MIDI clock out. So when it's playing back the bits that I've recorded into, the sequencer, whatever live bits, so maybe say it's say I've got a synth bit going, say from the Evolver or the Korg over there, it will be in sync with the actual the audio recording, if that makes sense. Do the drums, then I will do my synthy bits, and last of all I'll probably just do a live one take of me just going crazy on the TD3. And that's it. So once I'll have everything recorded into the recorder here, I'm going to bring it down to the studio and hook this yoke up to my mixing desk down in the studio and record it all again into my DAW so that I can kind of mix it down on a computer. Which would be a lot easier than trying to do it on this. Gotta say, this thing, the manual, manuals, there's like 3 manuals for it. Yeah, the language is a little bit, what's the word? Obtruse, is it? Is that the right word? It takes a while to kind of, yeah, anyway, it took me a while to get my head around what they're trying to say in the manual. But it's okay once you kind of, like, I mean, I'm just using it on a basic level, and it's fine. So obviously, look, it's an old bit of kit from the 90s. Surprise, surprise. I picked it up for like $100 or something a while back. Because I've been, this is like my live rig up here, and I'm just not into writing on a computer anymore. It just fucking doesn't have any fun for me. And this is way more immediate. I get more of a sense of kind of movement and flow up here when I'm just jamming. And if I'm kind of, yeah, like I said, if I'm kind of feeling like something is really going places, I can start writing it in the song mode, so it has a bit more of a structure. and then record it into the recorder so I can record it into the DAW eventually. So I've actually got 2 tracks already recorded into this. I'm going to do this one next, and then bring them down and get them into the computer in the studio, mix them down. So that's it. Yeah, hope somebody finds this interesting, and I'm not sure when. So these remixes or covers that I'm doing, they're for an artist called The Untitled, and he also runs a label called Uncompromising Analog Terror. Some of you might know it. Releasing just really hard acid core, great stuff. Label's been going for a good while now. So yeah, check out that label. I'll put a link in the description. Yeah, I think again, this new release might be coming out on the same label I had an EP out on recently, Freedom Club. So I'll put a link to Freedom Club in the description as well. Check that out, and I might have updates for you on this upcoming release. So that's it. Cheers. Thanks for watching.